Hello. I was approached by a young boy, about 9. He had a bag, like the ones with the rope handles that you get when you buy things from expensive department stores. It didn't have a name on it. It was a white bag. And he asked me if I wanted to buy some fragrances. And it was obvious, they were going to be stolen or something. And he started to pull them out of the bag and show them it. And they was mainly Chanel. There was some Dior as well, J'adore, which is absolutely horrible. I can't stand that. But I do like Coco, and I do like Chanel No. 5. I can't really, they're a lot of money. So he's offering me these at 20 quid. Now, I'm a gambler, so I'll take a chance for 20 quid, Might be genuine, might not. On the bottom of the box, it ties into the morgellons thing. On the bottom of the box, you probably can't read it here, but it has the perfume shop, and it has a barcode and everything. So I thought this is genuine, it's all in the cellophane. I get it home. I mean, again, like I say, I'm a gambler. I took a chance. I got it home. Let me just get it out of the box. Put the lid on that. And, this is what it looks like out of the box. The label's coming off, like, I think, this is definitely not Chanel. There's no thing on the bottom. It looks, to all intents and purposes, somebody doesn't know about these things, quite genuine, but I know it isn't. So anyway, I try it on, spray it, wear it. It smells okay. It doesn't smell like an eau de parfum. It smells like an eau de toilette. But I put it on. So it's always 20 quid. It's okay. Put it down there. Got another story for you in a moment. So what happened within about 10 minutes of this, my nose started tingling inside, and upon observation, I found that there was nanotechnology in my nose, biotechnology growing, and I will show you the pictures of those, the videos that I took with the otoscope, and I could feel, you've got morgellons. I have that in various places that were put, whatever it was, the hydrogel containing the whatever it was, the spray was put there, such as my ears, and now my nose. I've never had it in my nose before, and you can actually feel the morgellons worms coming through the flesh in your nasal passages. And when you look in the mirror, they're bleeding where these things are coming through. So this, I don't know how it's working, but I never had it before. And this lad made a beeline for me. I mean, I do wear perfume, obviously, but how did he know to just come and approach me? There's loads of people walking down the street, and something did seem off about him. But like I said, I'm a gambler. To my detriment, I am a gambler. So that happened. And then later, somebody gave me some money because as a present. And I bought this online, Ghislaine Chamade or whatever. It's eau de toilette. I'd love to buy the eau de parfum. I can't afford it. It's like nearly 300 quid. So this was a gift. And the minute it's, for all intents and purposes, is genuine, I bought it off the internet. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I put it on. It doesn't look like, that's obviously fake, I can tell that's fake. Apart from the box. Box looks really on top. And I put this on. Within about half a minute, then like morgellons worms started coming out of my nostrils again. And it's horrible. You can feel the sensation of them moving and twitching. And when I used the otoscope and looked in my nose again, that my nasal passages were bleeding. Now this is an eau de toilette. That is an eau de toilette. I have eau de parfums, and not these ones, not. But I do have eau de parfums, and it doesn't happen with the eau de parfums. I don't know if they are corrupting these, like this one in the mail. Like when they received it, it was very fast delivery, but I don't know if they're taking the top off, recapping it, putting something in it or what. That would be easy to put something in because I was approached with it on purpose. And it's, it's obvious I like Chanel. I wear Chanel all the time. And you know, I'm sure to like one of the fragrances that look genuine, £20. They know I'm a little, you know, I will buy stolen things. They know I'm like that. So that happened, and probably my own fault, really. And this is genuine. This is not stolen goods. This is. So now it's like I'm going to try and test out other dodgy toilets. I bought a cheap copy. That didn't have any effect at all on my nasal passages, none. Yet this one did. And I think whatever is in this, or whatever is being put in this, it's been adulterated, is causing them, it excites the morgellons, you know, like they're in your skin, sort of like with your nerves. You use your, is it olfactory? My nose is running now with it. You can smell the fragrance, and I think it's activating because these morgellons things, whatever, they're attached to the nerves, it's activating them. I may be wrong, there may be another theory to it. But it's like they want to destroy everything in your life. It's like if you followed my story, you'll know that the stuff they're doing with my ears, because I like music. You know, most people like music. So that's one thing. Then if I go in a bar, I like going in bars. Who doesn't? Then they have the gang stalkers in the bars, and you are on the public transport. Who likes to sit on public transport, gaze out of the window on their journey, rather than, I don't like driving. Yeah. They want to ruin that. They're there. I go hiking in the countryside. Then they have these, like, I can only call them transmissions from the skies. They appear to be like coming from faraway trees, people behind faraway trees or on the roadside. And it's just impossible that people would do that they would follow me there and just start shouting out my name and my dead cat's name. And this is not hallucination, because if I'm hallucinating, then my video recorder's hallucinating and my audio recorder's hallucinating, you know? I wanted to mention this because if other TIs are approached, other morgellons victims are approached with dodgy fragrances. And I mean, it's an old adage, isn't it? If something looks too good to be true, then it probably is. I like that. I'm going to start, I'm going to start reminding myself of that in situations. So, yeah, they want to ruin everything. You love, you just want to smell your wrist, smell a nice fragrance. They'll ruin it for you. They'll have these worms coming out in your nose. You will listen to a nice song. You'll have the pain, the tinnitus. It'll sound tinny. They wreck your earring. They burn it. They got me in the eye once with a laser, pale green laser, and that eye is now blurred. Not significantly so, but a lot more than the other one. It's like you go in a room, they have knocking sounds, as if there's somebody following you around. Now, I've worked these knocking sounds out. They're not always coming from somewhere that's logical. They're not always coming from next doors or above or below. They're coming from sometimes inside the walls. Yeah, but if you, I'm talking a bit fast now because this is like old hat to me. I can just, it's just happening all the time. I can just reel it off. I don't have to think about what I'm saying because it's just happening all the time. So they're just trying to destroy everything. And it comes back to that, lowering your energy. Put out the light. That is what they want to do. And there's some very good reasons for this. And they tie into what David Icke's saying. And the whole thing about this seems to be stopping you from enjoying your life in any small way. For instance, go hiking. They'll ruin it. You buy a nice fragrance. They'll ruin it. You want to listen to some nice music. They'll ruin it. They get no better pleasure than turning up to just ruin your day. If you go in a bar, they'll just turn up and ruin it. I went in the Hard Rock Cafe in Manchester and I sat down. I got a drink, sat down. I knew what was going to happen. I don't think I was halfway down my drink. This happens everywhere I go. And it doesn't matter whether I'm with people or not because they do it in such a way that it can be passed off. If that person isn't with you all the time, then they won't notice the excessive coincidences of it. Even if you tell them, it's very hard for people to grasp this. So I sat down, somebody comes in, he's wearing this like square box on his back, like a rucksack with a square box in it. And They're pointing the camera, they go over, oh, can I take some pictures, whatever, they look scruffy dressed, they got this camera. Yeah, sure, you know, it's like tourist attraction. So they're like pointing the camera, all the artifacts that are in there on the walls and stuff, and in the picture frames, and they just turn and put the camera straight at me. And for like half a minute or something, and they're like looking like through the camera, then looking at me directly in the eye, they're looking back through the camera, like they want me to know that they're doing it. And I look behind me to see what this man is taking a picture of, you know. And there's just like a picture on the wall behind me of, I don't know, some band or something, and a bit of writing about it. And it's only a small picture. And I think, why is he stood there doing this? It just doesn't make sense, you know. Why doesn't he come over and, you know, take a close photo of it or something? And obviously, it's to harass you. Now, that has happened every single time I've been in there, and other things happen in other bars. But the subject of this is that this eau de toilette, I don't know about this one, I think, you know, it's what it is, but they trigger these worms. It's something in them, these, I call them worms, the morgellons. It likes it, activates it. I don't know, I'm going to have to go and try loads of fragrances and see if which ones do and which ones don't, because I've got some. This is new, you know. It's just only started happening since I bought this off that street person that came up to me. That he was very dodgy as well, but obviously, you know, like I said, I'm a gambler. I take a chance. I certainly didn't expect anything like this. Okay, right. I'm going to leave now. One final little thing. Like I said, this is connected to a lot of what David Icke says. The reason behind why they try to keep your energy down, or by destroying or ruining everything that you like. And of course, it's communicated to me in songs that were given to me. There's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. That seems to be true. What a coincidence. So, to go and look at my other videos, and keep an eye on what I'm doing. I'm just saying this like to get people looking at my channel. These are not just normal people. Something else is going on here. This talk, I'm trying to keep it short. It's just about this, you know. It's about this and the morgellons or whatever it is, the nanotechnology. But if you look at the other videos, something else is going on. You know, there is shapeshifting. Honestly, there is shapeshifting going on. There is some kind of demonic forms materializing, either from the persons themselves or from, I don't know. I mean, I can go into a lot of explanations, and some of them are very logical. But this is not really the talk for that. If you want to see some of this bizarre street theatre and some of these bizarre perpetrators of the street theatre, aka gang stalkers, some of them dressed up as law enforcement, and on other occasions as paramedics, then, you know, these pictures, they have not been tampered with in any way. I think one of them's been sharpened because it was a bit out of focus, and that's it. Something else is definitely going on, and it's something that's been kept hidden from us for a long time. There is another realm, trust me. And I think when you expand your consciousness, you see more of the bigger picture. And of course, everybody is trained to not see the bigger picture. It's an on-off phenomenon in that it's like frames. You know, the shapeshifting is in frames that are very fast, too fast for the human eye to register, but the stills on a camera can. And the weird behavior can definitely draw your attention to these freaks. Okay, thank you. God bless.